Alright, we're back. Time for some more fun. So the customer said this wouldn't fit his bike. He said it was hanging up way too high in the back or down, whichever way it was off a lot. More than he can slot it to make it fit. So that tells me his frame was bent. Fits fine for me. So that's a good giveaway on you got a problem with something. Maybe you should look deeper. It might be what you're started with is your problem. Most bikes have hidden issues. Broken case, half stripped out swing arm bolt, stripped out or all gold up thread on the stud over there for the oil tank. These all have issues. It's a matter of finding them. Okay, so I'm going to put one washer under each one of these. So I'm going to come out that thickness. Looks like these might just fit in there. I've had to put flat spots on these washers before to make them clear. These ones look like they'll work. That's good. That's less work for me. I like that. Alright, so we're going to clean this hole out here a little bit. Okay, hopefully that's enough. I'm going to do the stud also. Okay. So now I'm going to try to see put this all the way in with Loctite on it. Hopefully it goes all the way in with Loctite on it without sticking. Looks like putting Loctite on the inside of the thread and on the stud also. The problem we're going to have with this is this stud is not probably going to go all the way in. Gotta get tight. Let's see. Let's try it. Maybe it will go all the way. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, where's our long bolts? Long bolts. We're not using any washers on these for now. We're going to get in there all the way. Okay. Let's see if we luck out. Almost. Remember, I got a washer under this one right now, so I think we're going to have room for the washer. Okay, the bolt is now, the stud didn't want to go in. See how the stud just quit moving? Bolt went over the stud. Okay, so now we can get that back out. Where's my wrench? Go over here and put a vise real quick to hold it. through the nut. Okay, just gonna go in there. Nut. Who's got my nut? One nut. And the other nut right here. Thickness of the lock nut is about right there. So I get a couple threads on the backup nut. Okay, let's see if the bolt's on the in or the bottom's out in there. It's tight. Looks good there, right there. I'll leave it at that. Should be able to put a washer under there and a nut, I think. No, just a nut. If I want the lock nut to work, I'm gonna go so far. Why are you looking at me so much? The camera guy sucks around here. You notice that? Perfect. I'm not getting that binding feeling anymore I was getting. Sprocket only turned about halfway around would get tight. Now it's got clearance. See, now you got clearance in there, you can see it. See? If the light stays on, you can see it. Alright, so we got one washer in there. So that's about a 1/16 of an inch, a little over 1/16 washer. They're usually about another 1/12 out more than a 1/16. Okay, this one sticks out a little bit higher, but we'll just have to dimple the primary, maybe, to make that work. Okay. 4 bolts here already set up. These are the easy ones. Hard to start. Now these ones here, coming through the side here, pretty hard to get in here. Not impossible, but hard. That was the easy one. The one on the bottom, not so easy. There's a frame in the way down there. So I'm not sure how you can even get in there with your hand. Basically, kind of sneak it way in here, I guess, like this. Find the hole. I have no idea where it is, because I can't find it. I'm on it. Hand back down there again. There it is. started like that. Right in there. All right. So, you can see how fun it is to get that way down in there. And you can see how the frame rail completely stops you from getting from the top to do that. Now this is easy right now because there's no shift linkage in here. Now that shift linkage goes in there. This one here is supposed to be in there, like right here. You can see how your arm will not fit down there no more. It's going to become real interesting to do that. So usually what you do is you put big holes right here, like these. One there, one there. Then you got access. Because right like this, you have very low access. The disadvantage of that is it opens up the primary, lets junk get in there. So it's a belt drive already. Some guys like having lots of air in there, other guys don't. Because when you open up for air, you also let all the dirt in. So if you ride on the dirty road, or dirt road, it's best not to put holes in there, especially if it's got gravel on it. Because that does go inside the primary and cause all kinds of problems. And lock washer's fighting me there. Okay. So these here we're just bringing in until we touch. Okay. Now everything drops. Look at that. All three parts came apart. Yeah, look at that. Pretty good. All three pieces. So we have some adjustability in here. Not much, see? You go up and down that much. So, how much do we need to go up? Obviously, this looks like it's higher than center, so we need to go up as high as we can. So, we're going to push this up with a little screwdriver when we tighten these to make sure it's full up. We're probably going to need all of that. Now, if we slot those holes out, we can get a little bit more up if we have to. We'll have to see what our belt clearance is. My guess is we're probably going to have to do something. Now I have not put the adjustable transmission plate in there yet, which will, looks like the same height because it has an early plate. The early plate is real thick. So if it had a thin plate, we'd actually be raising the tranny up. So I have not swapped out the tranny plate yet. Because we have to be able to adjust the tranny back and forth, which we have not taken into account yet. That will be a whole nother part we got to add in. So, something to go up with, like that. Need a wrench to use, like this. And we'll tighten up this one here. Good. Let's set that one down there. Good luck on getting to it. Now if you use an Allen bolt in there, which I hate, you can leave a little smaller hole. I don't like Allens. Alright, so that's up as far as we can go. Let's make a bracket down here off the frame to bolt this to, so you get a little eyelet basically right here. Stick that in there. We're going to see if the belt drive will clear or not. Right now we are clearing, the stud is clearing. No, I think it's hitting on it. Yeah, it's probably hitting on it. So there's one easy way to tell if it's hitting on it. Pretty hard right in that area. Oh, that's right where the stud is at. Yeah, look at that. Now we come back later, we'll dimple even more off the bike. But that's pretty much dimpled in pretty good. So you can still see it's still against it. I'm not sure how much it's really going to be against that. When that pulls in, it looks like it's going to go a lot further though. So that's a pretty good dimple to it. Now the same trick can be done over here to know where to put the bolt in. You put a stud in there and hit on the stud a little bit until it hits it. It'll tell you exactly where to put that hole that you don't know where it needs to be. So anyway, we have to dimple that pretty good right there, or we're going to have a problem. Or you can actually put a hole right there and it'll clear it. Your choice. But if you just let it rattle against it, it might rattle. But it's definitely caulking things out a little bit, which might be a problem. Alright, so that takes care of that. So this here we're going to have to find the belt drive. Put that up on there and see how it works. Now the hub is easy, it was laying over here. And there's the nut right there for it. There's the nut. The hub. Stuck in the damn pan down there. Keep some of the oily mess off my floor. Need a nut. Okay, I need the hub. We don't need a key right now though. We're just going to screw it in there with a hand. That way it doesn't stick on there. Alright. Looks like we have plenty of primary clearance. There you go. Looks good. Shouldn't have any issues with all that, I would hope. The oil tank goes up in there. That is supposed to line up with this bolt hole right here. We're hitting on a ratchet lid right here for some reason. Well, that's because we don't have the mounting plate on it. The mounting plate sticks it up a little bit higher. Yeah, we're going to be close. Bolt hole is actually going to be pretty close, surprisingly. So, these things are easy way to hell off, so yeah, a little bit of spacer right there with the plate. It's still going to be off pretty good though, but we can probably cheat. I think this primer needs to go up higher. So that's something I'm going to have to probably work on a little bit. It's all part of slotting those holes out up there a little bit. This thing's easy to never bolt on the first time correctly anyway. Okay, so now I need to find a belt drive for that. Some other issues. Okay, so let me go find some more parts. We'll be back. Alright, here's our 5/16 fine tap and a new bolt to check the thread with after we get it cut in there. I use a little crescent wrench to actually turn it with. Looks like there's still some threads in there at least. Tap looks like it's going in straight. That's pretty good. It's a long, slow process of doing these, but it's necessary. If threads are damaged, you gotta fix them. So with any luck, we'll have enough threads here to actually bite on there and tighten the bolt up. Otherwise we'll have to run a longer bolt and run it down on the back side, which I didn't really want to do. Or I can helicoil it. It's kind of hard to helicoil when you're in a tight frame like this with a lot of stuff next to you in the way. But it is possible. Speed up a little bit, you go half a turn at a time, and didn't quite make it. Just barely makes that. It's just perfect. It's actually cutting pretty good. I'm not seeing a lot of threads, a lot of metal coming out, which is a big plus. If you're seeing a bunch of material coming out while you're tapping, that means you're cutting all the threads out. So right now, get room in here. Easier said than done. So low enough you can see. So if you look right here, see there's not a lot of threads on the bottom of that tap right there. And the camera's hard to move. So you got a nice clean tap, that's a good sign. So you see I can just get a half a turn in here at a time. I think it's all the way through now because no real resistance. Yeah. So you can see right there, I don't see any threads at all. Or any material, I mean. So it's like it just kind of shoved everything back where it belonged. That'd be ideal. Yeah. I'm going to try to get half a turn at a time, not just a quarter. Makes things a lot faster coming out and going in. Almost do that. The tap wasn't so full of oil, you probably could almost. Spend more time fighting than we just use the darn wrench on it, but at some point it is quicker. Okay, so we didn't really take any material out, it looks like. Good deal. There's actually threads in there now. See the threads in there? Doesn't look too bad. So, any luck, this bolt will go in there. There it goes. Alright. Feels pretty good and tight too. It's not wobbling real bad. It's good. Feels like a good thread. So it looks like the frame was a lot stronger, harder than the bolt was that came out, because the bolt came out was destroyed. This one's a lot better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the other thread over there. We'll be back.